Back to art again with Mrs. Maher. Hey, I hope you guys have been doing real well, and I bet you're getting real excited here. We're almost at the end of April. I'm recording today. It's Thursday the 29th. So, tomorrow's the 30th, and let me see. If today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday, and then you've got the weekend, and we're into May. I'm not sure what your last date of school is, but it's right around the corner. So we're going to be finishing up our art lessons. We're going to go to some more advanced concepts. And I just want you to try and do your best. I think some of these things that we're going to touch on are going to help your coloring in some ways. So let's see what we can do, okay? Give it your best shot and be brave. Go ahead, try it. Even if it doesn't look so good the first time or two that you try something new, eventually you get better and it starts to make sense. And it brings a lot more excitement to your artwork. Now you can see here, get rid of that arrow. I know you can't see it, but I can. Okay, let's look up here. You can see I've sort of started a sketch. And remember, we talked about sketching earlier. And I said that it was just a rough drawing, sort of roughing out some of the things you want in your picture. I talked about holding your crayons two different ways, holding your paint brushes two different ways, and there's two different ways to hold your pencil. You can see how I'm holding my pencil right now. When I'm writing, I hold my pencil between my first two fingers. Whoops, there we go. There's the camera. Between my first two fingers and my thumb, like that. And we can draw like that also, right? Yeah. But sometimes when I want a looser feel, it's sort of hard to really grip your pencil this way. When you keep it loose, you get a different result. So I want you to try some of these techniques holding your tools this way, which I call overhand, or this way, a writing grip. Maybe there's a better way to label these, but that's just me. Okay, I just roughed out my sketch here. Now, clothes have wrinkles. So here, I just sort of roughed in some things. Here's the shoulder seam. Under the arm, there's a wrinkle. Here's a wrinkle here. Look at that. Pretty much just loosey-goosey. Okay, yeah, there's wrinkles. Okay, like that. The cuffs down here at the bottom of the pants. I just outlined the front of shoes here. Okay. Well, we're not working on this kind of a picture today. We're going to start out a little bit easier, but I just wanted to show you a little bit about what a sketch will look like. Now, at some point in time, I'm going to come along. I'm going to get the face and the hair in. I don't know if you can see this, but working with the face, we typically divide a face. Here's the bottom of the face and the chin. We divide a face into thirds. And up here, I just marked in a little bit of a hairline. This is where my eyes are going to go. This is where my mouth is going to be a little bit on the lower side here. And the end of my nose is going to come down this way from the eyes. So Hey, that was just a little bit to show you what sketching, after you practice and practice and practice, can result in. Look at here. I started this sketch to show you. We're going to work on a vase today. And we have to understand where the light is coming from so that we know where we're going to have our shade. So I drew some yellow up here. Now, you're not going to necessarily do that with your picture, but this is what I want you to imagine. Here is my light source. My light could be coming from this side. But what happens, no matter where your light is coming from, either side, the side where your light is coming from is going to have lighter colors over here, darker colors over here on this side of the vase. And the darkest color is where your shadow is going to be on the surface. This area here. Oh, this area is going to be shadow. Okay, now let's look at some other concepts here. See this side? Notice the difference between these two sides. What do you notice? Proportion. Yeah, the size of those flowers. This is a pretty big vase, isn't it? It's a tall vase or vase, depending on the language in your family or your relatives. These flowers fit this vase much better than these tiny flowers here. Because if we can look, we can measure with our pencil here. They're about the same proportion. So I just did some, as I sketched this out, I sketched some lines in here. And then after I sketched it, I darkened the lines that I wanted to keep. And I erased some of the lines in here as I was roughing it out. See where yeah, that's okay. And then I decided to do a curly Q because I thought that would make for a fun design with lots of different colors in the vase. And then I started working on my flowers. But this is my sample to show you. We have to think about our light source. Where's the light coming from? Where's it going to be darker? Where's it going to be lighter? And size. Size matters. This is too small. This is just right. Okay. Now that we've talked about that, let's see. How are we going? Let me just get that out of the way for you. How are we going to start with our shapes? All right. This one is a circle. Let's look at this first. This is a circle. Now what I did was I started out making a circle and making a circle and then connecting those circles. All right, I want to tell you right now, if I was looking this, if I was above this vase or this cylinder, that would be okay. But if I'm standing eye level to it, we've sort of mixed up here, and we would be seeing something more like this. Okay, this vase down here, almost like a fancy glass or a wine glass. this is the way the cylinder should look. Instead of using a circle, let's use something closer to an oval. Let's try that. See how I'm holding my pencil? Very loosely. I'm just going to loosely go. Now that's rather thick, isn't it? But that's okay, because our best friend is sitting right here with us. The eraser. Once we get what we want, then we can erase. Okay. Now let's see. I want my vase about that high. See how I hold and I measure with my pencil. Okay. Let's see what I get. Okay. I'm a little off center there, but I'm going to make it work. All right. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to come down here. Fix that up a little bit. And then get rid of what you don't want. Yeah. Okay, now I could take more time there. So that's the bottom. Right there. Well, I've sketched a vase, haven't I? Now, if this was clear glass, I would be able to see through it and I would see some of the black line there or the outline there. But I don't know if it's going to be clear yet or not, so I'm not going to erase the back lines yet. Okay, so for our vase today, we're going to work with the oval. So, with a pencil, we're going to start practicing some, okay? Now, I want you to look at my pencil very closely here. See how it's not very sharp there? When we work with a very sharp pencil in art, for sketching and some things, a very sharp pencil can just break on you very quickly. So I don't use sharp pencils for sketching. I wait until later when I'm ready to fine tune that picture and add accent marks. Accent marks help bring out certain parts of a picture very nicely. So I want you to practice either way, holding your pencil either way, whatever is comfortable to you. I want you to keep your loose wrist. I want you to relax. Don't death grip your pencil. Don't death grip your pencil. Start with some ovals. Take your time. You don't have to go fast. And you don't have to do it real dark either. Practice, practice. Circles and ovals. Okay. Just take a minute here while I take a sip of my coffee. It's sort of a rainy, dreary, chilly day. Just a few days ago, it was 70-some degrees outside. It was beautiful. But that's spring for you. You doing your circles? Mm-hmm. Sip my spoon. I want you to just fill up a whole page with circles. I want you to really get the feel for it. Mm-hmm. And then, all right, you've had a chance to get a few done. Let's make a vase. All righty. Now, you might want another piece of paper for this, okay? Or you can turn your paper over and use the back side. It's up to you. Are you ready? I'm giving you a minute in case you have to grab a second piece of paper. I had to get up this morning and go to the dentist to get my teeth cleaned. And I'll tell you a joke that my mom used to tell me. When us kids would come home from the dentist, my mom would be in the kitchen or something, and she'd say, "All right, how'd you do today at the dentist?" And I'd say, "Okay, I didn't have any problems, no cavities." And she'd go, "Look, Mom, oh, look, cavities." My mom was a nut. She'd also used to do this one. "Bus driver, open the door." That explains why I'm such a nut, doesn't it? All right, we're ready now. Oval. Let's do an oval vase. All right. When you start to see something you like. Okay. I'm ready. Now, how tall do I want my vase to be? Do I want my vase to go out or do I want it to go straight up? I think I'm going to go out. And I think the one I like best here is this one here. I'll erase all this extra stuff later. Right there, right there. Okay, I'm going to go up and out a little bit. See, it's not perfect. Do I care? Nah. That's what the eraser's for, and that's why we're doing it in pencil, right? I keep on making one side higher than the other. Okay. You see that? Yeah, you can do that. All right, now let's do another oval here. And we're going to have to go this way. Right there. Keep doing it until you get the one you want. You see it happening? Is it happening? Yeah, it is. Okay. Now with our eraser, let's tidy up. I grabbed my pencil sharpener instead. All right, tidy up. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need the back part here. Because I'm going to color mine in. All right, now I want to get this lined up like that. So here's my vase. Let's see, I want to keep this right here. Clean up some of these lines a little bit. Let me see, where's the back of my face going to be? Okay, I'm going to keep this line right here, darken it in. There you go. Let's get rid of all these silly lines that we don't need anymore. So we're taking this rough drawing, and then we're going to get rid of the stuff we don't need. Yes, it's perfectly imperfect, isn't it? Ah, little cleanup. There we go. Look at that. It's beginning to look like a vase or a cup. You know what I could do? I think this will be fun. I'm making a little mark there. A little mark there. You tell me what I just made. What am I drinking? A coffee cup. And then again, I have to erase some line. Could you use a coffee cup as a vase? I have many times, yes. When I've just got a very small bouquet of small flowers. Remember that first picture I showed you? Let me grab it. So we've got a large vase and small flowers. These small flowers would look really cute in a coffee cup, huh? Yeah. These large flowers would be too big for a coffee cup. We haven't really decided what size this is yet. It looks like a coffee cup, but it could be way bigger than a coffee cup, couldn't it? We don't know yet. All right, now, whether we have a handle or not on our vase, all we have to do now is, I'm going to get a little bit out of the way for us here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time erasing. I'll just work around it. I want to decorate this vase. You can add flowers on your own later, like so. You can get some leaves in there. See, this leaf is in front of that leaf. Sure, paint that all up. You can do your flowers on your own. Right now we have to think about, where is it lighter and where is it darker? S-U-N is over here. Where's my shadow going to be on the surface? Right around here. And here. So let me put down, I'm going to use a gray crayon. Color in my shadow. Okay. I'm just blocking it in now, sort of like I'm sketching with my crayon now. Okay, I'm going to take this all the way down to the edge of the paper. Now, if I keep this handle here, I might have a little bit of a shadow cast from that handle. Now, later on, what I would do, remember our markings, our lines, where we go up and down and across? We use those different markings. Yes, I know you remember because I've talked about it and talked about it and made you practice them. Yeah. Okay. That's what we're going to do here too. I'm just using my crosshatch, my ups and downs and my crosses and my diagonals. All right, you get the picture. Now, gonna have to have it a little bit darker than that in this area, because this might be getting a little bit of sunlight from behind yet. But down here, no sunlight here. So let's get that. I could have even used a black crayon here, which might have been better, but I'm not going to go looking for one now. That's it. Okay. I'm going to finish this out here. Just lightly blend that in a little. Okay. You getting the idea about how we're going to finish up this shadow here? Now, we know that this side of the cup is going to be darker. If we don't have any flowers in here, if we don't put any flowers in here, the inside of the cup where we can see my cup? If I tilt it towards you a little bit. See, you can see the inside of my cup back here. Well, if this was a colored cup, the inside of your cup, you would have to color also, or vase. And you know, I think I'm going to start with a red purple over on this side. So my poor little wiggly board. Okay, I won't do the whole cup for you or vase, but I want you to get the idea. I love this color. I like every single color there is. I don't have a one favorite color. I have some young friends who always ask me, Mrs. Maher or Miss Cynthia, what's your favorite color? And I always tell them, I don't have a favorite color. I don't. Let's see, what is this? Red brick. Remember we talked about layering colors? I don't think I like that mix. I wonder what blue would look like. Oh, that gives me a nice little purple. And it's darker. Remember we talked about mixing our colors? And we can do that. We use the same technique as we do with our markings. Now here, see, we're going to get a little bit lighter. Not too much. And then as we move our way over, we're going to get a little, you know what? You can peel your crayon and do it from the side even. Look at that. Get some interesting texture there. Oh, I sort of like that. All right, now let's see, we want it darker down here. As we go across, we're working on getting lighter. So we already blocked some of it in. Okay, you get the idea? We're darker here and we're going to lighter over there. Here, let me get some more in here. See, coloring or any kind of artwork takes time. All right, so you'd go up the whole cup or vase that way, and you'd move over, gently moving into your lighter area here. So I'd go softer with my crayon, blending your dark with your light ever so carefully. And see how many layers I've used here, going back and forth. See, I didn't just stay here. I moved to here, then I moved to here, then I'm back to here, and then I'm going over it and over it until you get just what you want. There we go. Now I think what do you think? How are we doing with that color there? Just gently a little bit more over here. I can see it needs a little bit more over here. Blend these two areas together a little better. There we go. All right. I want to see you try that, and then go ahead and work on your flowers up here. Again, if you're going to use an orange or whatever color, use a variety, okay? Find that old, broken down pack that you have of broken crayons and see what you have. I'm going to use a very, I don't know, this is almost like a flesh. It's called apricot. Let me get some apricot in there. Let's give this flower some life. Because if you ever look at a flower petal, oh, I'm scribbling there. I'm just going too fast for my own good. So shame on me. There you go. Yeah, give your flowers some life. And then my green. Here, let me get that leaf. A little dark and a little light. Let me see. Some of these crayons are from different boxes, and I don't necessarily know which name is which. There we go. So add some variety and color to your leaves. If you look in nature, if you look at different leaves, they're not all the same color, are they? No, very little in nature growing is all of one same color. Very much different shades of colors. Okay, let's see. What else can I do? Okay, I'm going to try what do I have here? I have a pink. And this one's called Thistle. Look at the two of them together. I think that might make a very interesting combination. So let me try it over here with this one. I'm going to come out a little bit with the pink. You know what I'm going to do? Just a hint. just a hint of some red close to the center. And then I'm going to come with this apricot. I know my hand's in the way. It's hard to... There we go. Oh, I have to press really hard with that one. There we go. What do you think? See how we can use several different colors in the same group and create that feeling of texture and loveliness? All right, boys and girls, we're only going to have a few more lessons. Let's make the most of it. Do the best you can with this, and don't be discouraged if it takes some time to get used to drawing with a sketching outline first and using the light source to help you figure out where something is darker and where something is lighter. Be patient with it, okay? Most second graders aren't doing this yet. So we're doing more like, the beginning of third grade work here now. So you just be patient with it. Let yourself have fun and enjoy what you create. Okay, I'll see you next week. In the meantime, I think the weather's going to improve some. So take a moment to get outside after you finish your homework at home or your schoolwork at school. Do a good job, behave, and stay safe. Bye-bye.